How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Set, and welcome back to another episode of the Dutch Return campaign. I actually have not recorded it in quite a few days. I had been meaning to record the past couple days, and ended up coming down with a little bit of a sickness. It was some sort of like a flu sort of virus, and I'm still honestly a tiny bit sick. But this is the first day that my throat hasn't hurt quite a bit. So I decided I would record because a video did not go up today, and one might not be on tomorrow. I mean, this will be in the past when you guys are watching this, obviously. But a 2-day gap without videos is not very good. I'm probably also going to try to stream tonight. We'll see about that. Yeah, and I'm also a little tired, so I don't know. But I do need to record. I want to record. I just hope that it will be not too bad. Not too strenuous on my voice or whatever. Well then, what are we doing right now? I actually don't remember. We're sieging something. Oh, that's rebels. That's right. We actually lost a battle there, and I was pissed about that. What did we have going on? We had integrated Pasai, conquered a lot of Brunei, Pasai. I think we had been planning on going to war with you guys pretty quickly here, shortly, rather. As well as like Mutapa sometime soon enough, at least. And maybe like, I think we're maybe going to go to war with England again, right? Yes. I think that was actually the next one, possibly. Was that the next one? Let's look. We don't have a truce with them? That's right, that's why we weren't, because France being the protector of the faith, and that is quite annoying, yeah. Beyond that, we actually did have the whole thing here where we accidentally got the wrong vassal. We got Nassau as a vassal. I am curious if we could break vassalization. I feel like, honestly, maybe we just break vassalization with them instead of annexing them and then feeding it to them. I feel like, it's going to cost us a little more. Whereas this, because we have, what's it called? Oh no, we don't actually have diplomat. I think, didn't it used to be that you would lose stability for doing this? It looks like it doesn't do that now, actually, so. Yeah, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do this. I don't care. No, we didn't lose stability for that, so that's good. Yeah, no, I didn't actually want you to be a vassal of mine, so I'm sorry about that whole, misunderstanding. Flint glass and lead crystal, sounds good. Nassau, yeah, well. Which of these do we want? I actually really like that. It'll lose us some money from taxes, but that's okay. You're Catholic. Darn it. Darn it, one of the few Catholic HRE people. Cologne is Catholic as well. We are going to have to go to war with France at some point in time. It is just the fact of the matter. Is that who we were going to go to war with? Were we going to go to war with France? I think we were, actually. I'm trying to remember who we were planning on going to war with. I think it was actually going to be France. I really don't like that, though. I think I would rather put it off a little bit longer. Ayutthaya and Kedah. I would probably co-belligerize Kedah and then whatnot, but actually, tech-wise, what are we looking like? We're a bit behind in Diplo. We have Diplo ideas. Are we focused Diplo? We are. Do we have a... No, we need a better Diplo person, and we can probably do that. First, let's do this. I'm just going to get 100 from them. A minister. Yeah. We already did that. We can do that in about a year. Kedah is ally of Majapahit in Bengal. Bengal is not actually that strong right now, so that's good. We've been working on a lot of colonies and whatnot. Go ahead and colonize. Oh my God, Ottomans, you know not what you do. Ottomans, you know not what you do. Oh, that annoys me. That irks me greatly. That greatly irks me. The Ottomans are colonizing. Wow. I didn't even think they could, but they do actually own coastline on the Persian Gulf, so they actually are able to get around the fact that they don't have any Arabian holdings. So, well, no, no. Yeah, so It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. We'll just have to go to war with them for that one province. This is our trade node. Our trade nodes over here. All of them. So, that's fine. Just get our colonists going and whatnot, and that'll be good. We do have pretty much all the ones that we can get out of this era. So, who else were we going to go to war with? Was there anyone else? I don't actually remember. Because we could go to war with, well, who does Hamburg have claims on? They have claims on like everyone here. I think it might be a good idea to go to war with Lubeck. Bohemia would defend them, which is always annoying. I don't know, man. It'd be nice to try and disband the empire, but I don't think it's very like feasible. Let's see. Bohemia, obviously, we could get in a war easily. Brandenburg, Cologne, Saxony, Salzburg, Würzburg, and Halt. Like, I don't know how. Normally, when you try to do it, you have to like chain together a bunch of people in a war. So, for instance, if we wanted to go to war with, and you're a junior partner of Austria, so that kind of makes it so that one is not very feasible. I don't know, man. I don't really know. Colonially, I think we're actually doing all right, so that's good. There's actually a free Colombia. English Mexico is actually on both sides. That's not good. We need to go to war with England soon. They have severely outpaced us colonially, a little bit at least. Tell you what, France is actually getting some war exhaustion, so there's a possibility that we could go to war and not have France join on England's side. That is possible, if not maybe super likely. And you're Protestant, luckily, Burgundy, but you of course are allied with people. Saxony, Frankfurt, and Brunswick. Did I say Frankfurt? I meant Frankfurt. Bohemia is quite annoying. I really hate that Bohemia just wants to F me up whenever they can. Quite annoying. But, yeah, I think we should just keep checking on that every month or so. And I think we should go and do another war down here. In Brunei, or, you know, actually, Brunei, when is our truce with you up? Yeah, not for another 10 years. I think we should go to war with either Kedah or Majafit, which will, of course, bring in the other one. Colombian separatists in Alta... Is it Alta Gracia or Alta Gracia? Alta Gracia. Well, I mean, can you guys make it down there? No, not without bringing a transport from Europe. I mean, I should probably do that, to be honest. So, let's bring him to a nearby island first. We don't have claims on Makassar, actually. It's unfortunate. I think we should still do a war there with these guys. Well, first let's do this, and if we can, I'd like to build some more heavies over on this in this area of the world. Yeah, like in there. Okay. Let's take this army here and possibly get prepared for an attack on these guys. On Majafit. Staten-Verteling. The Synod of Dort seemed necessary to translate the Bible into Dutch. The new translation, the Staten Bible, was to be based on the original languages in imitation of the King James Bible from 1611. Interesting. It's a little chunk of history, I guess. Staten Bible. Is it Staten Bible, or is from the very, very, very little bit I know of Dutch, it's that the J's is like a Y sound, so it's Staten Bible or something like that. I don't know. It acted as a cultural unification of the Netherlands and the language, choice of words and expression in the It acted as a cultural unification of the Netherlands and the languages, choice of words and expressions in the Bible from the base of the accepted form of standardized Dutch. That's really interesting, to be honest. I find, of course, we're going to spend the money for that. That's really interesting, though, that the Bible, I mean, it makes sense, but the Bible being the most, like, read book in Europe for most of history, that would be, like, the, you know, the basis. Having a translation of that would be the sort of the basis for a standardized Dutch. That's really interesting, actually. I did not know that, and it's a good event. It makes our what's it called? Missionary strength higher, as well as stability cost down. For 1,600 gold, I would spend that. I mean, that's like a few months worth. That's like 2 years worth, maybe. Of course, I would spend that any day of the week. You know what? Cuba could probably actually handle this. You know what? I don't need to handle this for them. They can handle this. Oh my god, the army in Africa actually... they didn't go back. Oh my god, that's my fault. Completely my fault, but still, this is very annoying. Forgot to send them back in. Okay, here. What do we do here? Do we go to war with Kedah, or do we go to war with Majafit? It'd probably be easier to go to war with Kedah, because Bengal's not going to be able to reach us, really. Our navy should be able to beat theirs. And with that being said, it's probably more important to get Kedah as well, actually. Yeah, it is, because we need that trade there to really even be able to benefit off the trade here, and we can still take some stuff. So, yeah, that's definitely what we should do. Of course, we could co-belligerent them, but I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We're just, oh yeah, no, again, yeah. Let's declare on these guys. I think that's fine. Take Malacca. Okay. Bring you down here. We should go ahead and get you into this other island, into Java. Okay, that's actually a good segue. So let's talk a little bit less of the game. You know, we're doing the war stuff and all, but let's talk about an interesting, or something I find interesting, I guess. So I, of course, studied abroad in Spain last semester, right? And I've talked about this before. But one of my personal interests in the past year or so has been in trying to learn Catalan. I already know Spanish pretty well, so I was like, I want to try to learn Catalan. The place in Spain that I was studying in, they actually have a part of the population. Well, so historically, the province of Alicante, which is where it was. Alicante is part of La Comunidad Valenciana, or La Comunitat Valenciana, which means Valencian community. And with that being said, the Valencian community is like the, well, so it's centered around Valencia, as you might imagine. Oh my god, I hate everything about this game. Didn't pay attention for 2 frickin' seconds in the... How many generals do we have? Hold on, one second. I'll continue with this in a second. Let's get a general. Destroy them. Absolutely destroy them, please. Okay. That's good. There you go. You destroyed them. See, that wasn't too hard. Anyways, let me actually show you on the map where I studied abroad. So I studied abroad in... I mean, I don't really care about giving this information away. It's not like I'm telling you where I live currently. You know, it's not personal information, really. I lived in the city of Alicante, which is right here. It's actually represented pretty well. I think it's a little further south towards, like, here-ish. This would be, like, Benidorm up here, which is a big tourist spot. In any case, so... I studied abroad in Alicante, in the province of Alicante, And this game actually does a decent job of modeling it, because the community, well, kinda. The community of Valencia is 3 provinces today. It's Valencia, main Valencia. Actually, I'll just go down a speed and let it keep going though, so that we're not just sitting here. Just give me a second. Yeah, let's just get stuff going, some sieges going, and then I could probably just talk about this for a second. So in the province, in the community of Valencia, which is sort of like a state in U.S. terms, then there are like provinces, which are almost like sub-states or something. I don't know, like. But anyway, so every like community has like, you know, roughly communities are like states in this game, actually, to be honest. And then the provinces are like the, you know, the provinces that exist currently. In any case, so the Valencian community includes the city of Valencia in the province of Valencia, the province of what's it called, Castellón or Castelló, which is not represented on the map. It's actually, they have Tarragona here. Tarragona is actually like up here. Castellón would be like right here. So, but there's not as many people that live in Castellón. It's not a very populous province. Then there is also the province of Alicante. So it's 3 provinces within the community. Province of Valencia, province of Alicante, province of Castellón. Castellón doesn't have very many people, like I just said, but Alicante does actually. Valencia obviously has the most out of those 3, as you might imagine, with Valencia being the 3rd largest city in Spain, quite large. And so yeah, so Valencia is obviously quite an important city, has been since the Middle Ages, and whatnot, and before. But it is obviously quite important. Oh god, time is up already. We'll go a little further. So, oh hey Bengal, you made it up to me. I see. I'm sorry I doubted your ability to make it up to me. In any case, so Valencia, the Valencian community so I actually last summer, before I was studying abroad in Spain, I was like, I want to read more about Spain and stuff. So I read quite a few books. I read a book about all of Spain. I also read a book though about the Kingdom of Aragon that exists at the start of this game, and you know, was part of it, especially in the Middle Ages, late Middle Ages, was a pretty decent power. So I read a book that was completely focused on the Kingdom of Aragon, or Aragon. And with the Kingdom of Aragon, the predominant forces, so there was the de jure area of the Kingdom of Aragon. There was the various counties and whatever of Catalonia. And then eventually they conquered Valencia, and it was incorporated as its own separate kingdom, actually. It wasn't lumped in or added on to either Catalonia or Aragon de jure. It was kept separate. And it's interesting though, because the Catalonian merchants were like, we want to have Valencia be specifically like ours. The Aragonese were like, we want to have it be like settled by Aragonese peasants and whatnot. Because a lot of, and I say settled, it wasn't like really the way we think about colonialization, but it was similar in that essentially because a lot of, when it was conquered in the Reconquista from the Muslim rulers, a lot of them were like, a lot of the people left. They ran because they're like, you know, we're going to be religiously persecuted. And normally they actually weren't too bad until the Spanish Inquisition, all that junk. I mean, it still wasn't ideal. And so, in any case, so a lot of the people left. Plus, it wasn't really that populated in the first place. In this time period, there's plenty of room for more people. So they were like, so basically, the Kingdom of Aragon, the Crown of Aragon, rather, was like, we should do this. Let's get more people here. So what they actually decided is we're going to make a neutral charter that aligns with neither the Catalans or the Aragonese. The king was like, yeah, so we're going to make it so that it is its own thing, with its own rights. It can determine what it wants to do. When that happened, actually what happened is that mostly Catalonian people moved into there, moved into Valencia. Mostly Catalan people were the predominant forces, just on the basis of the fact that they were both on the sea. They were a little and just demographically speaking, more people. I don't remember exact reason, but like there was more overpopulation in Catalonia as well, I believe, at the time or whatever, if at all, stuff like that. So in any case, the Catalans actually came to be the dominant force in Valencia as well, even though it retained its own separate rights from a medieval law perspective. Essentially, what happened is that the language of Valencia, Valencian, it has its own language, traditionally speaking, is essentially most linguists call it a dialect of Catalan. However, that rustles a lot of feathers because essentially a lot of Valencian people don't have the same like sort of independentist. What's the word there that I'm looking for? A lot of the people there don't have the same mindset of being wanting to be independent as badly. It certainly still exists, but it doesn't exist nearly as much. So a lot of people don't care for that there, and so they like to distance themselves from the people in Catalonia, which the whole situation is very fascinating to me. So yeah. So it's an issue and stuff, but in any case, though, it is undeniable that it in a lot of ways it makes more sense to say that Catalan is like a language, a group of several different languages. You know, in other words, it's not fair to say, it's just a different spoken variety of Catalan. It's not like only true Catalan is spoken here. In fact, even in Catalonia, Eastern and Western Catalan are different. And then in Majorca and the Balearic Isles, there's a different variety that people speak there. It sounds a bit different. So it's that's a better way to look at it, I suppose. In any case, oh my God, France, you're so brutal. What was I gonna do? In any case, with that being said, I do need to end the video here in a second. We'll go a little longer. With that being said, there is so Valencian is very similar to Catalan. It's essentially a variation. I won't say dialect because that implies that it came from the other. Well, that's not necessarily true. So with that being said, Valencian is spoken traditionally in Alicante, the city that I studied abroad in, with Alicante being the southern reach of the greater Catalan-speaking areas of Spain. If you include, again, like that family, it's sort of Catalan, Eastern Catalan, Western Catalan, Valencian, and Mallorcan are like the four main ones. It's sort of like Alicante is at the southernmost part that actually has that. And the thing that's kind of sad is that today it's not really spoken that much. It is actually taught in all the schools, and you have to take that. But it is not really spoken in the streets in Alicante in the city. However, in a lot of the smaller towns and stuff, especially inland more, then there's actually a lot of people that still speak it. That is their main language, is Valencian. Sort of the way that it is, that I think the way that it works is that essentially a lot of the coastal areas and metropolitan areas, they draw in a lot more immigrants, many of whom are Spanish-speaking from other parts of Spain or from Latin America, and many of whom are from like, the North Africa or like Greece and Romania and France and stuff. And all of those people, think about it from it sort of is from a practical sense. Think about like if you were an immigrant that just got to Spain, to a place that maybe like half the population is actually Valencian. If you're going to a place like Valencia itself, then you're gonna have you can either speak this language that is going to be useful here, but nowhere else, or you can speak a language that is a global language, that is like the second or third most spoken language in the world. And that is the main reason, as sad as it is, that most people don't bother learning Valencian, even if they live in a Valencian-speaking area. But it's just the way it is, and stuff. And there's still, it's still a growing language. I believe Catalan and Valencian are still both growing languages. They just aren't necessarily people's first languages. And so they are, so Valencian is like in Alicante, in the city, I think only in the actual like city center of Alicante, maybe only 10% of people are Valencian, and that's their, their mother, language, or maternal, birth language. But a lot of people know it. Beyond that, if you go outside of Alicante, just like the next town, the next city or town inland is a significantly higher proportion of Valencian people to non-Valencian people. And then there's other cities, as far as I know, when you get inland, it basically is like 50-50. You go to like one tiny town, they only speak, Castellano, Castilian Spanish. And then you go to another village, they only speak Valencian. So it's really interesting how that actually has turned out, and that is due to like the history of the area where lots of the people, for like 700, 800 years now, people have been moving in and settling new villages in that whole area there. That's fairly fertile. And then it's either like the people that settled originally were Valencian speaking, or they were Castilian, and it hasn't changed. The cities have changed and shifted, but inland it hasn't so much. And so it's really interesting. It gives you a nice picture of what this area of Spain is like, with everyone inland, a lot of people inland speaking Valencian and stuff. And traditionally, and that's the thing, is that it's a part of the history of the area, the language of Valencian. It's part of the history of the area, and that's undeniable. So it's like that's the, even if it isn't spoken in the majority of the street anywhere in the main city, it's still like an undeniable part of the history of the area, and has its influences in lots of the street names and stuff, and buildings and stuff. So, and it's very clear to see it. And so, because of that, long story short, because of that, that was another one of the reasons I was like, I really want to learn a little bit of Catalan, and in this case, specifically Valencian. I was like, I really want to learn more of this, and I have been able to learn a little bit. But anyways, I actually have an anecdote with this, but I still haven't gotten to it, and I should end this episode here, so we should end it here. But yeah, I'm going to be right back after a quick little break. Obviously, for you guys, it'll be a day. But thanks for watching. Go ahead and please leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.